I want to ask you that you were in an export and import business back then. What made you become a counselor?
So it's a very interesting story actually. My son was in class 9. He had very different ideas about a career. He wanted to do research. So when I was looking out for counselors, I could not find anybody who could give him proper answers as to why he should be doing what he should be doing.
Right.
सो सुप्रिया मैम, तो आजकल के हिसाब से बच्चों को कौन सी कंट्रीज टारगेट करनी चाहिए?
Germany, France, Spain, you name it, all the countries there are very good.
There's a fear behind them. Oh my god, it's an IELTS exam. So, why the fear is there? Can you.
But the bottom line is that most of the students in India are studying in English medium.
Exactly.
So their English is good. The only thing which is lacking is that the kind of English we use sometimes is a very casual English.
Hello learners, welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be covering why it is important to learn a language and why it is important for you to study abroad. So with us today we have Ms. Supriya Kumar, who is the founder of Niche EduLeap. Supriya ma'am, I would like to have a small introduction about you.
Hi everyone, my name is Supriya Kumar. I am a career counselor and an abroad study counselor. I've been running a business for close to 20 years now, and so my aim in life and passion has always been to guide students, and which is what I've been working towards.
So I want to ask you, since you have a very emotional and a beautiful journey so far, ma'am, I want to ask you that you were in an export and import business back then. What made you become a counselor?
So it's a very interesting story actually. My son was in class 9 and he was looking for, he had very different ideas about a career. He wanted to do research. So when I was looking out for counselors, I could not find anybody who could give him proper answers as to why he should be doing what he should be doing.
Right.
Which is when I had to go back to my education again and go back and pick my books again, start working on my psychology again, and did certain certifications so I can help him find a path. So
Okay.
it started out with giving him a career counseling. And once we were doing his career counseling, we realized that the student or he is very much into research. What he said he wanted to do was actually his passion and not just something which was like a overnight interest and it would go away after some time. So then we set about, first was to figure out what he wanted to do. The part 2 of the equation was where he wanted to do it. And that's
Right.
when we realized that if he wants to do research in sciences, there are mainly 2 countries which are very good at it. One is USA and the other is Germany. So since being in India, I knew that the education system in US is very different
Yes.
from our education system. I knew as an undergrad it would be difficult for him to get used to that system. Plus it's a very expensive affair. So
Exactly.
then I told him that he needs to start studying, and in the meanwhile, well, I went ahead and did few more certifications so that I was equipped enough to help him
Okay.
with his abroad studies. So when we started working on it, we realized that Germany is the ideal place for him. And we did a lot of hard work. He learned the language. He went through all the competitive exams, and today he is in Technical University Munich.
Okay.
Everybody is aware it's one of the top
Yes.
universities in the world, and he's doing informatics there. So this is how my journey started, totally on a very personal level, and it was my son only who told me that if he has been guided so well, it's high time I start helping students. And that's how this journey started, very organically. Nothing was planned.
Yeah, that's great. Actually, great businesses happens organically.
Organically.
They are not planned.
Yes.
That's great. So I want to ask, ma'am, why people are preferring Germany over Canada nowadays? What's the catch?
So, see, earlier Canada was popular for 2 reasons. There were 2 different types of people going to Canada. One type was the one which just wanted a PR and they just wanted to get there by hook or by crook. The other ones were they wanted to upskill, which were very less. It was like a 70-30.
Okay.
Now, with the situation politically and socially there where jobs are less and people are not able to monetize it much, which is why the shift has happened to Germany. But the only catch is that Canada was taking anybody and everybody. Germany is very particular about the people they want in, because they
Okay.
are
Right.
looking for skilled people.
Right.
They don't want people who can do their blue collar jobs.
Okay.
They're looking for mostly white collar jobs, people who are qualified. So that is a differentiator. So I think people who just wanted to go to Canada for the heck of going will still be there. Though they're going, there will be a difficult path, but
Yes.
these are the students we don't really look at. We are more interested in students who really want to make a difference, who want to be able to achieve what they want to set out to do, and that is what we are trying to help them with.
सो सुप्रिया मैम, तो आजकल के हिसाब से बच्चों को कौन सी कंट्रीज टारगेट करनी चाहिए?
सो बच्चों को वो कंट्रीज टारगेट करनी चाहिए. पहले तो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है कि आप पहले ये डिसाइड करो कि आपको करना क्या है.
ओके.
So whenever in life you want to go for a journey, you just don't sit in a car and start driving, right? You first decide where do I want to go, and once you have set that path, you put the GPS on, and that's how the journey starts.
Right.
Same is the case with career. You first need to know what is your end goal. Are you going there to upskill? What exactly career are you looking for? And then you start shortlisting the countries, not the other way around. So that
Okay.
is the better way. I would suggest every student to first think of what they want to do, and then start shortlisting the countries which will help them in their journey, and then that is how they need to shortlist, not the other way around.
ओके.
Then the success rate is always higher.
But any country which you feel is good for another 5 years to get settled in?
I think Europe per se is a very good place to go to.
Yes.
And that includes Germany, France, Spain, you name it. All the countries there are very good. The other thing is, the minute you enter a Schengen, you anyways get 27 country access. So you're literally going through porous borders. So that makes a lot of sense. And job or prospects, obviously, in a continent like Europe is a lot. And more so, I would say in Germany. France is a little way back, but yes, Spain is catching up very fast.
ओके.
So Spain has some of the best business schools, and students who want to do business and they don't have too much of money in their pockets, they should look at Spain. Otherwise, if you have, if you want, you can also go to UK. UK is always a favorite
ओके.
because the UK education system is very close to ours.
Yes.
So
Okay.
for students to study is very easy.
तभी ज़्यादा लोग प्रेफर करते हैं
तभी
यूके.
ज़्यादा लोग
हाँ.
prefer करते हैं.
ओके.
So also one thing you mentioned that Spain, everyone should consider, and it's growing. It's a growing market. Even I do yearly research which language to learn. As a founder, I have to research a lot on this. And this time I found out that yes, Spanish is the language which maximum people would be studying, and I can actually see an increase in leads.
Right.
Since this year started, there's a lot of students who are inquiring for specifically Spanish language. Before, back then, when we were in 2024, it was like we want to go to Canada for PR. वो अब reduce ही होते चले गए हैं numbers. So it's like I also personally feel that Spain can be another good country which Indians
See,
can
the
target.
other positive part about Spain is that you don't really need Spanish to study in their colleges.
Okay.
You can study in English, but you do need Spanish to move around in the country. Obviously, if you come to a country, you intend to stay there for long. It is always better to learn the language of the country so that you can blend in nicely. People welcome you better if you know their language. It is a known fact.
Yes.
So yes, that way, even in Germany, it's not necessary that you will study in a German public or a German medium college. But yes, if you know German, the attitude of the people there is much more welcoming and open.
Yeah, you actually said this right. So we have one of our students. So he started learning recently with us. So you know what he mentioned? He said that I am actually working in a job which is English spoken. However, whenever I'm talking to a native, they make a face like this. I hope you know that you are in Germany, so you should learn German. The job is aside, but still they prefer people speaking in German no matter what, whether it's
Yeah,
English.
If they really
speaking.
want to do the
Yeah.
living, na, they need to learn the
They
language.
have
The
to
thing is that the older generation there, see, as a rule in schools, they are taught languages like English and Spanish as well,
Yeah.
Okay.
but it's not their mother tongue. So
Mhm.
most of the work, the business happens in German only. And the older generation does not have as much exposure to English as the younger generation. And most of the public places you go to, you will meet all kinds of people, especially the older generation.
Yes.
So they are a little skeptical about people coming from outside. The minute you speak their language, they become comfortable
Yes.
because they feel, oh, this guy has made an effort to learn my language. I also need to make an effort to make him feel welcome.
Yeah.
So that is the difference.
Yeah, even I have seen this. A lot of foreigners are learning Hindi. And
Yes.
even we also feel so much proud. Oh, they are learning Hindi for us so that they can communicate with the local people here.
Much better.
And in India, we have a lot of people who are still not, have access to that education, who knows English. So when they speak in Hindi, we also feel proud.
Very
And
proud.
there are a lot of students who are learning Hindi from outside
Yes.
the
I
country.
agree.
So I also feel very proud when I see and do all these kind of research. So yeah, language is must, guys. So you must learn German if you are planning to go to Germany.
So Supriya ma'am, what do you think? German language का क्या relevance है job perspective से?
तो जर्मन लैंग्वेज का जर्मनी में तो बहुत ज़्यादा रेलेवेंस है उसके अलावा इन यूरोप itself there are almost 17 countries where German is spoken.
Okay.
So whenever you're looking for a job, let's talk about college first or university first. So you can study in university in English or in German, but it will always help you, as we said, if you've learned German. Now, when you're looking for a job, most of the people who are in the job market would either know German or would know only English. So you will always have a heads up because you know both the languages, which makes your opportunities multifold and multicultural. So you can go to any of those 17 countries and say, hey, you know what? I know your language and I know English also. So
Okay.
the people who are obviously multilingual will always have more opportunities versus people who only know one language, and especially the country where you're staying in. So much
True,
easier for
100%.
them to get a job and much faster to get a PR as well.
Okay.
So I want to ask you, Supriya ma'am, जैसे students हैं, students are actually scared of doing IELTS. There's a fear behind them. Oh my God, it's an IELTS exam. So why the fear is there? Can you tell us?
I think most of the abroad universities have one of the conditions for getting admission is a good score in IELTS.
Hmm.
Now, why is it good score in IELTS? Because they feel that if you're going to study an English medium university, they at their level want to make sure that you will understand what they're saying. So one needs to first understand where the university is coming from. Most of the students are so much focused on getting an IELTS score, they do not realize what is the reason for an IELTS score. Why is it being so stressed by the university? So the scare part comes because they are very worried that they will not get the marks. But the bottom line is that most of the students in India are studying in English medium.
Exactly.
So their English is good. The only thing which is lacking is that the kind of English we use sometimes is a very casual English, which actually grammatically may not be right. So which is where they don't score. So that is why IELTS score is important. But if you look at it from the way that yes, it's going to help me get my admission and make it easy for me to study in a university, then the stress would go away. More so, I would like to say that with Learning Tree, I have referred a lot of students to you guys for IELTS.
Yes.
And they have been students who are very good in English, but they were very scared about IELTS. And they've had good scores. The reason being that you guys are helping them with a lot of tips and tricks on how to crack the exam as a strategic way.
Yes.
Because English as a medium is not a problem with Indians. The only thing is, on a bookish level, they do need those documents.
Yes.
So I think you can tell better what you guys do differently because I have experienced it.
So what happens is whenever student is coming to us, they are coming to us from a very long journey. They inquire in a lot of institutes and then they are coming. Now what these institutes does is they put fear into them. Oh, you don't know English. You have to first take a grammar course and then you will be moving forward to the IELTS preparation. But the fun fact is that all the Indians are either C1 or C2 already, because we have been learning this language since a decade or so, maybe, or maybe 2 decades more. Yeah. So this happens when you they put fear. So they will gradually, aggressively buy their course initially. So here at Learning Tree, our first aim is to not to put fears. Here the environment at Learning Tree is very positive and motivating to the students. So the first day of the class, the trainer takes the demo. We understand the students' level of English and students' level, how much they can actually score. And then based on that, we are not doing the correction of grammar and all these things. We are not even actually focusing on that. We understand the level of the student. If the level is 7, we make sure that they are able to score at least 7.5. Now with the tips and tricks, which are confidential, we are not going to obviously tell all those things, but we have researched a lot. We have a lot, like tons of researched material, and people can actually see those researched material in our website as well. We have made it free as well. Some resource material is also free for them, so that they understand these are the level of mock tests which I have to attempt, and on a daily basis they have to attempt. Daily basis, when somebody is getting evaluated on what they are doing wrong, it becomes easier for the student, and we do not complicate the language. English is already a complicated language, and we tell them, be very clear while speaking. Use simple words. I am a boy, I like to eat ice cream, or I like to go to market. Why do you have to make it like way too complicated to add unnecessary vocabulary which is out of their league? So first thing is to keep it simple and to put fear outside. When the student,
I would like to add on to this. I've had my students, I've always taken feedback from them whenever they've taken classes from you. And
Yeah.
I've been recommending a lot of my students because they feel, one, there is no fear.
yes,
They are not told that you're not good enough, because most of the IELTS institutes do that. The first thing they say is you're not good enough. And that is where the student gets panicky and then they start working. So one is that you guys don't say you're not good enough. Second is they're always about tips and tricks. So languages, as I said, language for Indians, English is not an issue. But
Yeah.
most of the institutes don't tell you that. So
Yes.
you have to know that the university just wants to make sure that when they teach, you are understanding. That is where they are coming from. The only thing we need is a score. So if you understand the logic and dynamics of it, it is very easy to crack. And Learning Tree has learned that they know how to use it for the students' advantage, and that is how they're able to
Yeah.
score also well and be happy. And yes, that's my testimonial to them as well.
thank you so much. I feel so grateful when we are the only institute here, I think in Delhi or maybe in the northern region, where students have scored 8.5 easily. And there's not just one student, two students, there are like 5 and 6 students who have scored. So none of the institute are able to do it
Yes.
in Delhi so far, as much as I know. But yeah, so it's a proud feeling for us as well when our students scores well.
I agree completely.
And it's not just the case with IELTS, Supriya, it's also with the other languages as well. You must have heard people talking about, oh, German is so difficult. German is not difficult.
Yes.
German is written the way, as it is written, the way it is spoken. Simple.
Yes.
Few words are here and there, and if you are able to master that, it's easy.
See, I feel German is more like Hindi.
Yeah,
What you write is what you speak.
exactly.
Unlike English, where you half the time have so many rules that
Yeah.
if you are not a native speaker, it becomes problematic. But in German, if you know whatever you are reading is what you have to speak.
Yes.
That is the basics of German.
Yes. So people find it difficult when it comes to French because it's completely different when it comes to speaking and writing. But with German, I don't think so. Anyone should be scared. First thing, put the fear aside in doing anything, not just language or IELTS, but anything.
No, I feel that in case students want to go to Germany, the first thing they need to do is start loving a language.
Yeah.
The minute you love a language, you will learn it.
Yes.
Maybe your diction might not be as good as a native, but you'll eventually get there.
So Supriya ma'am, can you throw some light on what is house building?
So I don't know how many of your so-called students know what is Ausbildung. It is basically vocational training in simpler words. So any student who has done after 12th and you have at least scored minimum 50 to 60% marks, that student is eligible to study in Germany along with work. So what happens is that companies from Germany will sponsor you to Germany where you would also be working along with studying, which means from day one you are being paid a stipend, which could be as close to 800 to 1000 euro per month,
Okay.
along with a few days where you would be going to the university to also learn. So what you are basically achieving is not only education but also work experience. So which is a very positive in the job market, and it's very easy for the student to then gain employment, and further if they want to study they can, the company itself may sponsor them or
Okay.
may retain them to study further.
Okay. So what's the process for this?
So the process for this is that you first of all you need to pass 12th at
Okay.
least. And even if you want to do it after 12th, so the age limit is about 28 years.
Okay.
But obviously, because the company is going to be training you, the earlier you get associated with them, the easier it is for them to groom you according to their systems. So the
Okay.
younger you are, the more opportunities wait for you. So
Okay.
it could be in the industry, like nursing is a huge thing there.
Okay.
So anybody who's done 12th, even if you haven't taken bio in 12th, you
Hmm.
can still do nursing in Germany. But
Okay.
you need to first of all have a good score in 12th. You should at least know B1 level of German.
Okay.
Because, and for nursing, it's actually preferred if you do B2, because it's a very people oriented industry where you will be interacting with the elderly or the people of German origin. So you need to at least be able to communicate with them. So it could be nursing, it could be hotel industry, it could be even like a teller in a bank, could be in a electrician. So anything where you are learning a skill and you're also earning, because that company will pay you to work and learn. So when you're going even to study in a university, that also is being sponsored by the company. So in effect, it's almost free.
Okay.
So that is the process. So any student who doesn't want to go the pathway of directly going to university and is worried how are they going to manage their studies with the money, then they should definitely go through this path.
Okay.
And one question which came to my mind, which every student asked me for this. So if there's a gap, let's say, in between 12th, so एक year का अगर gap हो तो भी चलता है student को, what is it which they can
For
cover?
Ausbildung,
Yes.
it can work, but depends on what that student has done in that 1 year. As long as you're able to prove that either you were doing some work or studying, anything that can show that you were working towards a career can always work in your favor. In fact, it can work in your favor.
Okay.
So suppose you want to go in a hotel industry and you say after 12th I was working with a company or with a hotel firm. It will work in your favor. So
Okay.
you shouldn't look at it as a negative, you should look it as a positive.
Because there are always students who are asking, oh ma'am, what to do? We have a gap of 1 year. So I always tell them to show their German language skill, that they were busy learning
Yes.
German and
Need
some other
something.
skill. Yeah.
Because I had one student who said I was thinking about what I need to do next. So I said that is something we should not help you, because for 1 year you can't think about what
Exactly.
you're going to do next. So whether you're doing learning of a language or upskilling in any way, could be doing a certification course, a diploma, or even working in a company, even if it's a small company, as long as you're engaged and you're able to show that you are keen to work, there is always an opportunity.
Right. Highly agreed.
Okay, there is another thing I want to ask you. Suppose a student want to connect with you, Nisha Edule. So how they gonna connect you and how you gonna help them for the study abroad?
So study abroad would first depend on where they want to go. As I said, if you want to go and study, you should first get into the car and decide what is your destination.
Suppose a person want to go Germany.
So if they want to go to Germany, then there are multiple ways to go there.
Okay.
So one is through the university path, the other, as we discussed, Ausbildung path. If they want to go through university, they just need to fill a form, which will be available with you, I think, down below. We can always give it to them.
Yes.
Fill the form, and we or my team of counselors will come back to you. We will sit and do your profiling,
Okay.
and then the journey can start.
And can you throw some light on the AI test which you do? That is like very fascinating, which we have seen so far.
Yeah, so what we do is we are also a career counseling firm.
Okay.
So we help students not only go abroad, we also help them decide what they want to do, and
Okay.
then we decide the path for them. So the thing is that you can't just say I want to do engineering. That because engineering is a qualification, it is not a career. So
Right.
if you say, okay, I want to be a computer engineer or a data analyst, then we will figure out which countries are good for you for being a data analyst. Further, we'll decide which are the colleges which are good for you. Then we will start mapping those colleges with your qualifications. Look at what is the gap and where all do we need to work to get you there. So basically, we are deciding our destination and working towards it. Versus
Okay.
what other people do, that these are your qualifications and you are only good enough for XYZ university.
Yeah.
So we fill those gaps, we help you build your profile, whether it be language, certifications, courses, internship, everything we help you with, so that you reach where you want to reach. It shouldn't be that you wanted to go to US and you're landing up somewhere else just because my qualifications fall short or I didn't have time to do it. So this is how we help. So it is very scientifically done, and for career determination also, if you're confused, we have, as Aditi said, an AI psychometric test
Okay.
where all the data is taken by the AI and a raw data is created, based on which a report is created, which will actually tell you what careers are good for you and why only those careers, why not the other ones, and how to approach it. So everything is done very scientifically, so the chances of success are much more than going random. That is the reason why always, whenever students come to us for counseling or for abroad counseling, we start with career counseling first.
Okay.
That first you decide your destination, then we will start working towards it. And destination doesn't mean a country, destination means what you want to be in life. Not that I want to go to US, that is not a destination.
100%.
Yeah.
Destination is I want to be an engineer, I want to be a doctor. So you decide your profession,
Okay.
then let's work towards it.
Right.
Okay. तो ये खाली यूजी के लिए ही है या पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट स्टूडेंट्स भी कर सकते हैं?
ये पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट स्टूडेंट्स भी करते हैं, इनफैक्ट बहुत
Okay.
ज्यादा करते हैं. और
Okay.
बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स जो हमारे पास आते हैं वो बहुत ज्यादा रिग्रेटफुल फील करते हैं कि अगर वो अंडरग्रेड में आए होते तो शायद उनका प्रोफाइल और अच्छा लगता.
ज़्यादा बेटर होता है.
बिकॉज अब उनके पास उतना टाइम नहीं है, वो पीछे जाके चीजें नहीं चेंज कर सकते, वो सिर्फ आगे अप स्किल कर सकते हैं.
Right.
Okay.
So always, to all the students, whosoever wants to study abroad, start early, as early as possible. So you have time to craft your own destiny versus being the servant of the destiny which God has created for you. Let's change it.
Yeah.
And it's very much possible.
Okay, so this was the part where studies was covered, but there are like a lot of people who wants to do jobs outside. So which country, even if it's Germany, is Germany now good? Because a lot of students are saying that there are no jobs in Germany as well. I hear this like all the time. And which profile is good going to Germany, whether doctors or engineers or it's a human resource profile, which profile is outshining out there?
See, first of all, that is a myth. Germany still has a dearth of skilled people.
Okay.
Which is one of the reasons why even the German embassy ambassador last month, I think, he himself said that we are trying to make the
Yes.
processes much easier for the students. And Indian students per se have a very good reputation in Europe. Everybody knows they are very focused, non-troublesome, and very easy to mold. So it is a big opportunity for Indian students. They should definitely look at Europe. Germany is specific, yes. There are lots of jobs there. You just need to show that the country that you are happy to be there. If
Okay.
you are able to show the country and the people that you're happy to be there, they are more than welcoming to you.
So, what are the 5 top countries that you recommend?
See the top five countries. Okay. So I would say US has always been a favorite.
Yes.
It is still a favorite. So there are certain reasons why US is the favorite. The only constraint being that it is a little high in terms of money. So your so-called parents of Indian students are always looking for ROI, return on investment.
Okay.
So for that reason, US is more popular in masters versus bachelors because
Yes.
bachelors is a long process, and masters 2 years they're happy to put in the money and they feel they'll get it back very easily. So US will always be on the top.
Okay.
After that, I would say UK. Reason being, I know there are a lot of people and naysayers saying that UK is not going through a good time.
Yes.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
recession.
Yeah. Right.
But end of the day, UK has one of the topmost universities in the world. Secondly, for India and Indians, it's a very conducive place because their education system is very similar to ours.
Yeah.
So for students to adapt is very easy, to get jobs is very easy, and your UK degree is acceptable everywhere. So most of the students actually have a trajectory of doing bachelor's in UK and masters in US. Very easy to get through. So UK is the second. Then Germany. Yes, definitely Germany would be number one for students who are looking at getting value for money. Then I would say Germany is number one. So it all depends on what you're looking for in your upscaling.
Okay.
After that, yes, then Canada actually I would not even put in the top 5, I would put it in the top 10, I guess. Canada is not that popular, though there are certain universities in Canada which are still very good. But because the job market there is right now very stagnant and housing issues are coming up a lot for students, so not recommended for another 2 years. It will come back, but it will take at least 2 years to come back. Till that time, Germany is good, Spain is excellent.
Okay.
France again is very good. France is good because in post grad they give you at least 5 years stay back. Yeah, after study you can stay there for 5 years for a job. So that gives you a lot of time to explore things. So and yeah, for jobs, if you say, even Belgium is a very good country.
Okay, for the job.
Yes.
They have a very good work-life balance.
Okay.
People are really happy, and it's a good place to be in. So in terms of if you're talking about jobs, then Belgium is another very good country to go to.
Okay, so Priya ma'am, what advice would you like to give to the students who is starting to embark on the study abroad journey?
Okay, so first of all, I am assuming that you're talking about a student who has already decided that he wants to go abroad. If that
So
is
it's
the
Ravi.
case, then first of all, if they're an undergrad student, they need to start early.
Okay.
They need to start getting all their documentation and paperwork in place.
Okay.
They should start looking at what all gaps they have in their school or in their certifications, because they'll have a lot of work to do to make their application stand out. So you have to understand that lots of students go there. Lakhs of students are applying to universities everywhere, whether it's US, UK, or Germany. How would a student stand out? They would only stand out if they have something that will catch the eye of the application person, of the person who is looking at their application. And that will only work if they are working in a very systematic manner. So start putting everything in place, start thinking of what your end goal is. If any help is required, we're always there. Language and everything. So you have to know where you want to go and then you start planning accordingly. That is the way it should be. It's not an overnight thing. You have to first remember that whether it is masters or bachelors, it does not happen overnight. It takes months and years to plan where you want to go. So the earlier you do, the better it is.
So, one last question: how you can help the students to achieve their dream country and their dream program?
So we, as I said, we can start with right from deciding what you want to do in your life, what is your end goal. Then we start looking at the countries. Then we look at your profile to see what all is the missing gap, and we start filling it up with whatever is required. So basically, building your profile, because building your profile will also help you later with your essays, with your SOPs and everything, because you need to be coming out as a genuine student. And a genuine and interesting student is what every university is looking for.
Exactly.
If there is a language required, then obviously you guys are there.
Yeah,
If there is
definitely.
IELTS required, again I would recommend you guys to be there, because then they are rest assured that they can concentrate on building their profile. The rest will organically happen, because
Yes.
Learning Tree and Niche Edulip are trying to get the best for students.
Yes.
So that then after years of staying there, they at least remember that there were people who guided them in the process. So we also help students with accommodations.
Okay.
If they are going, because if you're going for the first time to a new country,
Hmm.
it doesn't always happen that the university will give you an accommodation.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain universities which have waiting for almost 2, 3, 4 semesters.
Okay.
And initially, the minute you land in, you will never get a hostel.
Right.
So for that also, we are there to help them with their accommodations, with helping them transfer the money. So what happens is, when you get an offer, you have to deposit some amount of money, so that you tell the university that you want to go there, because there are so many students applying. If you don't reply in time, the seat would go away. So
Yes.
and they do not entertain, no matter what reason you may have of not coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So for that you need deposits. So international deposits also we help you with the better rates than banks, so that at least students get benefited.
Okay.
And also for their if they have to give their fee, they have to give their accommodation. So every step of the way, in case you require somebody to be at the destination when you reach there, that is also one service, we additional service we require, we give it to the students, because some students, especially the undergrad, are too young to manage on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So on their special request, we help them with that also. So the purpose of the whole thing is to make their journey smooth, so that they are only concentrating on studying. The rest we all are taking care for them. That's the main mission of our starting the company also.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming. We are delighted actually. So people who wants to study languages, they can check the description below. We have mentioned all the details if you want to go for IELTS, German, French, Italian or Spanish. People who wants to have consultation with Supriya ma'am, all the details are mentioned below in the description. And don't forget to catch up the coupon code which is there, so that you get amazing discounts and offers. I hope you like this podcast, and we see you around with the next one. Till then, take care.
Also, there is a free PDF available on our website for the IELTS and German. Please do check that as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. so
Thank
much.
you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.